What's good, people? Welcome to the Wrestling Fellas YouTube channel. Appreciate all the new followers as well. We've had quite a few new followers, so I appreciate you all being here. Welcome. If you're new to the channel, I am Matt. Normally, I have another person that does this with me called John. He's currently on holiday, and he will be back very soon, and he will be sharing his thoughts with WWE, AEW, TNA, NXT, all that good stuff. As always, if you like what you see, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, please share it with your friends, and please comment down below your thoughts on the topic this week. No NXT No Mercy was this week. A very good event. I really enjoyed No Mercy. I didn't watch it on the night, watched it the day after because I was working early morning. Got home, watched it. I thought it was absolutely tremendous. I thought, bar one match because it was for the Speed title. I thought it was great. We're gonna go through that, and the PWI 500 has been revealed. We're gonna look into the PWI and have a look and give you my thoughts on who should have been top five. Who should be? We're gonna go through it, see who's where, and give my thoughts on where I think they should be. So we'll start on NXT No Mercy. Again, like I said, a great show from top to bottom. One match was for the speed title, so I'm not really counting that as a match, to be fair. And it was very sloppy. But we'll start off with the opening match, which I thought was probably one of the matches of the night, in Javon Evans against Josh Briggs. Absolutely fantastic. Josh Briggs, I really want Josh Briggs to win a title soon. I don't want it at the expense of Ethan Page, though, which we'll talk about very soon. But Josh Briggs, for a big man, can go. The match with Javon Evans I really thought he should have won. I know why Javon won, especially being announced that he's going to face Leon Slater for the X Division Championship. But I thought I thought it was fantastic. The entrance that Josh Briggs with the like the skull on his shoulder and the smoke coming out of it, I thought it looked fantastic, and that he looked badass. Javon, just being Javon. Obviously, the night before he answered Sami Zayn's United States Championship challenge, and the match was an absolute banger, which all Sami Zayn matches have since he's won that title. Be interesting to see who comes out this week. But yeah, Javon Evans, Josh Briggs, very good match. Got 16 minutes, rightly so. Opening match of the night, and it was a banger. Javon Evans beating Josh Briggs. Where's that leave both? I reckon Josh Briggs probably moves on to someone else. Javon Evans, obviously, he's got the X Division Championship to go for in TNA, Bound for Glory. And we'll see what happens. He's probably going to be in Team NXT when it comes to the invasion. After that match, we had Sol Rucker and Jada Parker. It was supposed to be Sol Rucker and Lainey Reed. However, Lainey Reed got injured, apparently. So she got pulled out the match with Sol Rucker. It was very sloppy. I love Jada Parker. I love Sol Rucker. I love them both, but it was very sloppy. Obviously, it's a speed match, 5 minutes max time. 4 minutes 48. Great soul snatcher as Jada Parker got in the ring after Lash Legend came out and hit the soul snatcher as she got into the ring. It was absolutely timed very well. But yeah, it is what it is. It's a speed match. I still don't like the concept of a speed match. I think that match probably would have been better if it was longer. I think they rushed to get so much in the space of 4 minutes. But it is what it is at the end of the day. And then we had the weaponized steel cage match between Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe. People hating on Blake Monroe because she's not the Mariah May that was in AEW. She was never going to be the Mariah May in AEW, and AEW can get away with far much more than you can in WWE in terms of blood, character. Obviously, using the heel as a weapon that she hit with Tony Storm, leading up to Revolution. Well, I thought the match was fantastic. Jordan Grace needs to be let loose off the chains like she was in TNA. Hopefully, after this now with Blake Monroe, she does that and she goes after JC Jane for the NXT Women's title. Blake Monroe, I mean, you could call her up to the main roster. Like, I mean, people are calling her, a knockoff Tony Storm. I don't think she's anything like Tony Storm. Um, like she literally is like it's acting like as a supermodel, whereas Tony Storm is, um, acting like she's in black and white and she's going back in the past. It's totally different characters for me personally. I like Blake Monroe. I like her music. I like her character. I like how she wrestles. I've got no issues with her. I didn't have any issues with her in AEW. She was one of my favorite women's wrestlers at the time. Um, Blake Monroe cutting Jordan Grace's hair, and Jordan Grace absolutely looking like she was about to cry when it happened. Was great storytelling, and then getting out the little bag that everyone thought was going to be thumbtacks, and it was diamonds, and using that as part of the weaponized steel cage, I thought was great. And adding in, hair colors and straighteners and stuff, I thought was really adding to the character in the matchup for Blake Monroe. Ethan Page, Tavian Heights. Ethan Page defeating Tavian Heights to retain the NXT North American Championship. Great match. Ethan Page, I want him called up. I just don't want him to happen what happened with Carmelo Hayes, where he's just lost. Because Carmelo Hayes is just lost in the shuffle now, and it's really annoying. He probably won't be because he's friends with Cody Rhodes, as is Ricky Saints, so he'd probably get a bit more, and Jade Cargill probably gets a bit more, treated probably a little bit better up there. But he's probably one of the best North American champions in recent history, so yeah, I'm very happy Ethan Page won. Great match, 10 minutes. Tavian Heights looked great. I can't wait for Tavian Heights to be consistently more on TV, more matches, different people. Like to see him go against like Oba and Ricky, maybe a Josh Briggs, Tony D'Angelo, Chan Lorenzo, stuff like that. After the match, Dr. Wagner Jr. Appeared on the Titantron and said, obviously, Ethan Page wants his Latin American title. He's been looking at the North American title. I'll see you very soon. I hope we're not getting title for title because that also means that one of them's going to the other show, and it's probably going to be Ethan Page going to winning the Latin American title, which for Ethan Page would be great and for WWE would be great, but then it just adds on to everything everyone's saying about WWE taking over every company. We've got Kalani Jordan as the the TNA Knockouts champion. Dom Mysterio as the AAA Mega title champion. We had Bertolo Angel as the tag team titles. And potentially we could have Ethan Page as the Latin American champion. So I am very sorry as well if you hear me constantly with my nose. I'm not well. It's been a while. JC Jane defeated Lola Vice in the longest match of the night with 18 and a half minutes. Lola Vice has grown on me a lot. I really like Lola Vice. I think she's great. JC Jane, I think, is a great champion. She doesn't get enough credit. On NXT the week before, on that week, they dropped Jasmine Nix, which we found out WWE weren't renewing Jasmine Nix's contract. So she was leaving. Before that, she was playing in Iceland football. Soccer for you American people watching. So now it's just Fallon Helen and JC Jane as part of Fatal Attraction. JC Jane retaining thanks to a hooded character coming out and attacking all the Vice. Rumours are it's Lainey Reed. After early in the night, Lola Vice saying to Lainey Reed that she's going to beat JC Jane and giving her a bit of shit, and people saying Lainey Reed is the one that attacked her. Potentially, probably is. I'd like it to be maybe a TNA person because I thought of all times to bring the TNA people out, I thought it would have been No Mercy. Adding to the pay-per-view the premium live event name, and added on to the invasion that happened the week before, which we're going to get onto in a second. But yeah, JC Jane's still the NXT Women's Champion. Where should she go from that? I'd probably say Jordan Grace is probably next to face JC Jane. Ricky Saints defeated Oba Femi. We're going to have a new NXT champion. I wasn't expecting Ricky Saints to win. I was expecting Oba Femi to carry on being champion. I don't know what Oba Femi does now. Does he get called up? I feel like there's too many people on the verge of getting called up, but then getting lost in the shuffle again, like Julia over on SmackDown. Um, Obafemi's been a great champion. Absolutely loved it. Um, yeah, new NXT champion Ricky Saints. Very happy. Great match. I'm gutted. I like Obafemi. I absolutely love Obafemi. He's my favorite NXT wrestler, next to Ethan Page. Um, but I like Ricky Saints. I liked him in AEW. And obviously during the night, Ava, who wasn't at NXT midweek, announced that on October 7th on the CW it will be NXT TNA Invasion. People have kicked off because of the name, because of the Israel invasion and there's whatever's going on over there. I'm not getting into that into the channel, but I think you're absolutely stupid. I remember when WWE started changing pay-per-view names and changing Armageddon and Backlash and what else did they change? Unforgiven, No Mercy, because it was all to do with war. And I'm sat here and I'm like, but then we still have the Hell in a Cell match. You know, we had an Inferno match at SummerSlam, and it's like I'm sat here and I'm like, Invasion, okay, cool. I like the concept of bringing back Invasion for 2001. It's not been seen since 2001, and now I see people kicking off about Invasion, and I'm like, are you really kicking off about something that doesn't need to be an argument? Get a grip with yourself. Looking forward to it. Team TNA versus Team NXT, both for the men's and the women's, and then the Hardys versus Dark State as well has been announced. We'll probably get Ricky Saints versus Trick. Kalani. This is the issue with the NXT wrestlers holding TNA titles. Kalani Jordan versus JC Jane. Ethan Page versus Leon Slater. I don't think. No, NXT haven't got it. Oh, the Heritage Cup champion of Channing Lorenzo. I think he's still the champion. Probably against the whatever the other title is, the International Championship, is it, or whatever. Whoever that is at the time, Frankie Kazarian, I think. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. People are kicking off of it. I don't see why, but it is what it is. News wise, I don't think there's much news. Obviously, Jasmine Nix is leaving WWE. It was announced last night that Idris Enofe has announced his WWE departure. People going, who? He was in NXT. I don't think it's much of a loss, to be fair. Obviously, there was the big botch on SmackDown between Nia Jax and Jade Cargill. Nia Jax, she threw into the steps. Absolutely gashed her open above the eye. We saw it after she put it on Instagram on the Sunday, I think, or on the Saturday, and it looked awful. Now people have been saying it's Nia Jax's fault. Everyone needs to she needs to be sacked. Blah blah blah. Listen, botches happen all the time. You know, Mercedes Moné literally ended Paige's career for a while, but she didn't mean it. It wasn't it wasn't meant to happen. Botches happen all the time. It's wrestling. It's not ballet, as they say. Um, but Booker T is blaming Jade Cargill's inexperience in that one. He says, well, I can tell you this, I can only call that a mistake from someone who hasn't been in that position too many times before. The reason I say that is because I was an active wrestler for 20 years and never hit my face on the stairs. That's not something that ever happened. Maybe getting shoved into the stairs is one thing, but protecting yourself is something different. I've watched it over and over again. I do think I'd blame more Jade than Nia. Nia did throw her with some force, but we've seen that so many times. Lesnar does it all the time. Taker's done it in the past. Kane, Big Show, Triple H, Batista, Orton, Kevin Owens. We've seen these people throw into the steps or throwing someone in the steps, and they've always covered themselves. I think it's 50-50 myself. I know everyone's blaming Nia Jax. I'm blaming both. You know, Nia, yes, she shouldn't have thrown her that hard into the steps. But then Jade should know on the fly. She's been doing it now for a good 5 years or whatever it is to protect yourself, especially when it's coming towards something like that. So I blame him a bit of both. Um, yeah, it is what it is. Raw last night, decent Raw to be fair. I enjoyed it. I'm waiting for this Finn and Dom payoff. I'm waiting for Finn to turn on Dom. If you don't watch my streams, I currently have something called Pro Wrestling Sim. I have a mod on there of current day wrestling. I'm running booking WWE. I'm running WWE. I have the Judgment Day just lost the tag titles, and I'm gonna have Finn turn on Dom or Dom turn on Finn. Either way, I'm gonna have Finn be the babyface and be on his own. I think that's how it needs to be. Finn needs to be on his own. I'm firmly on the bandwagon of Finn now being a singles wrestler. Or without help, he's got JD with him because I like JD. JD grew on me a lot over the past couple of months. And we also had the big return of my tribal chief, the OTC, the head of the table, Roman Reigns. Um, Great to see Roman back. Obviously, it looks like a bit of the OG bloodline. However, Jimmy wasn't quite happy. He has been saying that Jay's turning into Roman, so that'd be very interesting to see where that goes. Um, I'm always happy to see Roman. I'm absolutely chuffed to see Roman. And we have a new name for the American Grandes, and it's Los Americas, unfortunately. And it looks like it's here to stay. Please just take Pete Dunne, Kaiser, and Tyler Bate out of there and just put actual Mexican wrestlers if you really want to do it. They're not going to listen to me. New match added to Crown Jewel. It's Asuka and Kairi Sane versus Rhea and Io Sky after last night on Raw. Rhea came out to confront Asuka. They came out, attacked Rhea. Io came out, shoved them off, and then Asuka hit spit in the face. Dom retained his IC title against Rusev. And then we had Dragon Lee, who announced he was the number one contender to the AAA Mega title, which worries me a little. And AJ Styles against Los Americanos. When AJ Styles obviously said thank you to the fans for doing something he loves. Apparently AJ's come out and said he is going to retire next year. And he will stay with WWE and be helping the young up and coming superstars in the performance center, which I thought was cool. AJ's coming to an end. He doesn't want to be the person or try and be the AJ Styles of yesteryears, and that's why he's doing it, which I like. There's been a name called PJ Vaser. I think that's how you pronounce it. Been copyrighted or trademarked. WWE gone for a trademark for the name. It turns out everyone's wondering who it was and whether it was an NXT star coming up. Turns out it's a WWE LFG star, Penina to Chulapa. I don't watch LFG. I've not caught up with it, so I don't have a clue. But there you go. So in case you're wondering, that's the reason. I'm not looked at any spoilers to do with TNA because there's some at TNA and NXT because there's some that's come out. And Elena Black, also known as Cora Jade, says her and Mandy Rose are making more money than they ever did in WWE with OnlyFans. Fair dues to them. That's what they're doing. That's it for the news. There was nothing. SmackDown. Orton saved Coda. Sammy versus Javon was absolutely fantastic, and Josh Briggs taking out Javon. Alistair taking out Damian Priest again. I think that was it. I don't think there was anything. Oh, and obviously the triple threat, which we spoke about. Right, PWI 500. I have the list in front of me. Obviously, you've probably seen the top 10 out and about. Obviously, and I know we do this with John. However, with John not being here for a while, and when he comes back, we'll be talking about Crown Jewel and the lead up to Wrestle Dream and stuff like that. We'll box this off right now. So, a reminder that the list is evaluated solely on kayfabe and weighs the following criteria: win-loss record, championships won, quality of competition, major feuds, prominence within a wrestler's promotion, and overall wrestling ability. And the evaluation period is between August the 1st, 2024 and July the 31st, 2025. So we're going to start off at the bottom. Now, there's no one that really comes to mind when I look at it. Satnam Singh's 493. I don't even think he's wrestled. Tommy Dreamer's 487. Tommy Dreamer has literally took a back seat half the year, so that's probably why. Scorpio Sky's just come back to wrestle, and he is 479. And then I'm going through Xavier Woods is 461. I feel that's very harsh on Xavier Woods. He's been on and off injured. Has won the tag titles though. Had that few has been a prominent thing on Raw about the New Day turning heel. So I think that's very harsh putting Xavier Woods at 461. As I'm going up, there's no one that really comes to mind when I'm looking through. There's people I see on my sim game. Stu Grayson 416. Dante Chen, who was a part of NXT at one point, 414. Carry on going up here. A lot of this will probably be cut out. Timothy Thatcher 391, who is currently on Evolve. Billy Starks 385. I think she's been injured, hasn't she? I'm sure she's been injured, so that's probably why. Rhino's 387. He's took a back seat. He's not doing as much anymore. Kylie Ray on Evolve. QT Marshall's 374. Ridge Holland 367 again has been on Evolve, so hasn't really done anything. He was on NXT for half the year, and was a big part of the feud with, was it Obafemi? I think, or Javon. I think, can't remember exactly. Brian Keith 358, Cedric Alexander 353. He's been in TNA, obviously a part of WWE, half the year left, and has gone to TNA. He's doing more in TNA now, so next year he will be up. Lance Archer 351. I don't know what Lance Archer has been doing, so I can't comment on it. Simon Miller, if we all know who Simon Miller is, he's 350. Just going up here. Josh Briggs is 333. I think that's very harsh on Josh Briggs. He's been prominent on NXT for the year. Obviously, he was teaming with Ishiki, I think his name is. Then turned heel and has been on TV week in, week out. So I think that's very harsh on Josh Briggs. Cara Noir is a main eventer in Progress Wrestling over here in the UK. Again, don't know what they do, so I can't really comment, but I know who he is. Raj Desi, who is Jinder Mahal, obviously was released by WWE. I don't know what he's been doing. I know he's had a few matches in Maple Leaf Wrestling. When say Dorado is 318. Partly retired, partly a trainer on Evolve. Danhausen hasn't been seen on TV, so God knows how he's 312. But Josh Briggs is down there. But Danhausen is 312, and we love Danhausen on the channel, friend of the channel. He's not. He's done 2 cameos for us. Braun Strowman 311, obviously got released by WWE. Hasn't done anything since. He's very much injured, he said. Tavian Heights 307. Tavian Heights was doing nothing half the year, and then has since come onto TV, and has been has been mid card, so I'm fine with him being there. Going up, Paul London's 398, Evil Uno 297. These are people I've not seen, so I don't. Trey Miguel's 300. I feel that's very harsh on Trey Miguel. Brian Myers again harsh, 295. AR Fox, again, I can't say what he's been doing. I don't know if he's been Ring of Honor or whatnot. So, going up, there'll be a lot of Japanese wrestlers that are in here. I don't know who they are, so I'm not going to try and comment on them. Just so you guys know. Anthony Bowen's 272. When they broke up, the Acclaimed, he kind of went off TV and then came back at All In last year. I think it was last year. I think he didn't really do nothing, and then has since come on to Collision. So Elijah obviously left WWE and then debuted in TNA. Sami Callihan has been a prominent on TNA over the past half year, so that's probably right. 268. Eric Young has been on TNA non-stop, 264. EC3, 261. Again, don't know what he's been doing. Not been keeping up with him. Pete Dunne, 258. Totally agree. Miles Bourne is 257. That is very harsh on Miles Bourne. I feel like Miles Bourne deserves more than that. Um, he since coming out on his own, he is levels going up. He also main evented with Obafemi for the title. Kushida's 251, Ricky Knight Jr.'s 250, Jimmy Uso is 249. Which would be interesting to see where Solo is, but Solo has won a title and has been a mainstay on TV. But so has Jimmy. Jimmy's been a mainstay on SmackDown and then coming over to Raw. So that is very harsh on Jimmy Uso. Very harsh on Jimmy Uso. Going up here, Jay Lethal 238. Again, don't know what he's been doing. Yoshiki Inamura, Josh Briggs' tag team partner he's 236. I feel like he has been on Noah as well. I do feel Josh Briggs deserves to be higher. Bronson Reed is 231. To be fair, he was injured a half the year, but since he came back, he has been a mainstay. But it has only been a few months. So that's probably why he has been injured. Eddie Edwards, 227, harsh. He's been on TNA a lot. Zachary Wentz, 221. A lot of these are very harsh, I'm not going to lie to you. Megan Bain, again, has been on AEW. Al Messias from AAA. PCO is 212. Channing Lorenzo, that is harsh, on 210. Channing Lorenzo obviously had the big feud, building up feud of breaking away from the family. Then coming on his own, facing Tony D'Angelo at Stand and Deliver, winning the Heritage Cup. I think that's very harsh. Dragon Lee, yeah, 216 is about right. He really did nothing till recent. Jonathan Gresham's 203. Ludwig Kaiser's 201. That annoys me because it's right, but he shouldn't be there. Kaiser, it annoys me as El Grande Americano. It absolutely infuriates me. R-Truth, 198. Zilla is 194. Harsh on Zilla, should be higher. Going up. Hammerstone, 185. Lexus King is 183. Lexus King, since coming to NXT, has been on TV a lot. Hasn't really done anything though, so yeah, okay. Roderick Strong, 176. Wesley, 172. Wesley's gone missing. I don't know where he is. Him and his group. So that's probably right. Frankie Kazarian, 169. Frankie doesn't wrestle a lot. He does more promos. Go on, Kenny lad. Kenny Williams, 168. Dr. Wagner Jr., 167. Again, don't know what he does. Or he did before WWE. TJP, 169. Big Damo, 161. AJ Francis, 157. Andrade, 156. I feel that's very high for Andrade. Hasn't really done nothing. Rey Mysterio, 147. Oh, sorry, I skipped a lot there. Brody King, 155 is very harsh. Very harsh. Shelton Benjamin, 159. Yeah, it didn't get used on WWE, left. And then there's been oh, no, to be fair, that's harsh on Shelton. Brian Cage, don't know what he's been doing, can't say. Rey Mysterio's been injured, so I don't know why he's there. Charlie Dempsey, again, he's not wrestled much. Mustafa Ali, TNA, he's absolutely fucking quality, so I don't know why he's there. Should be higher. Jasper Troy, 141, that's shocking. Powerhouse Hobbs, 138. It's been on TV a lot, Powerhouse Hobbs, with the Death Riders. And Trios Champions, so that's surprising. Sheamus, 136. Jake Something, 133. Beast Mortis, 132. Be interested to see where Mercedes is. Wheeler Yuta, 128. Claudio, 125. So, from what it says, a prominent figure on TV, win-loss record, and titles. So Wheeler Yuta and Claudio have won the trios titles a lot over the past year, so I don't see why they're there. Shibata, I know him from AEW. I don't know what he's doing now though. Karrion Kross, 113, wasn't really on TV till recent. Well, till lead up till since January, to be fair, since he's been doing the stuff with Sammy and AJ. Chad Gable, 112. Bit too high for me, that for Chad. Laredo Kid, 110. JC Mateo, 108. Hologram, 106. Sami Zayn, 105. Wow. That's very low. Sammy Guevara, 104. Yeah, he was injured. Leo Rush, 103. Orange Cassidy, 101. Really? Josh Briggs, 333. Okay. Joey Janela, 98. Commander, 97. Carmelo Hayes, 95. Carmelo Hayes is too high. Should be a lot lower. Should be in the hundreds. No reason for Carmelo to be there. He's really done nothing. He won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, but yeah. Tony D'Angelo, 94. Should be a bit lower, to be fair. I don't like him, but on NXT he's been a prominent figure. Solo Sikoa was 89. Again, I think that's harsh on Solo. He has been on TV week in, week out. Prominent figure on SmackDown. Had the big feud with the OG Bloodline. Went missing for 2 months, then came back and took over the MFTs. US title. Yeah, that's harsh on Solo, that. I really do think that's harsh on Solo. Jay White, I again don't know what he was doing. He's mainly on Collision, so I don't really see what he's doing. Darby Allin, 83. He's always fucking injured. Daniel Garcia, 81. Feel like that's too low for Daniel Garcia. Has been on TV week in, week out, so yeah, okay. AJ Styles, 79. Yeah, he's done nothing, has he, really, if I'm going to be perfectly honest. Mike Bailey, 76. Matt Cardona, 75. Matt Cardona was injured. Ricky Saints, 73. Yeah, about right, to be fair. He's only just recent. Been on TV week in, week out. Obviously, he wasn't in AEW. I don't know when he left for NXT, though. Ace Austin, 69. Just like Sandra, 67. Alberto El Patreon, 66. Shinsuke, 63. Too high for Shinsuke. What the fuck has he done for the past year? Don't know. Adam Cole, 55. Yeah, that's about right for Adam Cole. Jericho, 54. Jericho's too low. Should be higher. There is no reason for Jericho to be 54. Should be in the hundreds. Oh, actually, no, he was on TV week in, week out. Ring of Honor champion. I think he was the Pure champion at one point. Yeah, about right for Jericho then. Leon Slater, 53, right. Steve Macklin, 51. Riddle, 49. Dom Mysterio's 48. That is so low. Or so high. Depends how you look at it. He shouldn't be there. He should be in the 20s, Dom Mysterio. Dom, so titles, okay, Intercontinental title. I don't know if he won the tag titles in that year. I think it was JD and Finn. Constantly on TV. He was part of the Judgment Day. Stuff with Ray, Liv, Rhea. Like, 48, really. Javon Evans, 47. And Drew. All three of them have been on... And Penta. Penta, to be fair, since January. But, like, Drew, Javon, and Dom deserve to be higher. Poor that. Yeah, Penta's 45. I don't know what he did pre-WWE in January, but till WrestleMania got absolutely put on TV, was everywhere. Mike Santana, 37. Yeah, not won a title, has he, to be fair. Gabe Kidd, 35. I don't know what he's done, so that's a Ted thing, not me. Moose, 34. Feel like it's too low for him. Should be I keep saying too low, too high, then too high, too low. It should be at least near 20s for me. Cal Fletcher, 33. He'll have a big year, so that'll go higher. Orton, 32. Owens, not one of the title. Yeah, okay, fair enough. MGF 30. Does he won a title? Oh, he won the TNT, didn't he? Was it the TNT he won? Or the International? One of them. And changed it to the American title. Vikingo 29, Matt Briscoe 28. Now we're coming up to the top 30 now. So 30 MJF, 29 Vikingo, 28 Matt Briscoe, 27 NATO. Bron Breakker 24, Intercontinental Champ, constantly on TV, part of the vision since WrestleMania. Feud with the Usos. Feel like he should be a bit better there. Mascara Dorada, only just know him since All Out, so can't really say. LA Knight 22. Yeah, fair enough. Nick Nemeth 21, fair enough. Jake Fatu 20. Feel like Solo should be a little bit higher, maybe. Trick 19. Yeah, Trick deserves to be in top 10. He's just been prominent on TNA and NXT. Damien Priest 18. I feel that's too high for Damien Priest. I actually do feel, Damien Priest is one of my favourite wrestlers, but I feel that's too high for Damien Priest. I'm trying to think what he's done over the past year since July last year, or August the 1st last year. Feud with Rhea and Judgment Day. Yeah, it's too high for Damien Priest, me that. Takeshita 17. Takeshita won G1. I think that's what Ted said a while ago while I spoke to him. I did speak to Ted about 2 months ago. Yeah, G1. Constantly on AEW. Yeah, no fair dues. Bandito, again, don't know what he did prior to winning the Ring of Honor title to Jericho. I can't remember what pay-per-view it was at. Punk 15. Yeah, so always on TV. First ever main event at WrestleMania. No titles. But yeah, no fair dues. Obafemi 14. I feel like Obafemi should be top 10 for me. Obafemi, prior to winning the NXT title, was the North American champion and was the longest reigning NXT North American champion. It's constantly on TV every week, whether it's in a match or whether it's promo. Yeah, I feel like he should be in top 10 for me, Obafemi. Zack Sabre Jr., don't know what he does, so I can't say. Joe Hendry, again, TNA, NXT. Yeah, that's fair enough for Joe Hendry for me. Okada, 11. Yeah, went through a phase. He's obviously had the title. I can't remember what title it was. But yeah, he had one of the titles, but wasn't defending it a lot. Maybe that's a bit too high for Okada. I feel that should be given to Oba. Will Ospreay 10. I can't lose Will Ospreay. Mystico. I've seen Cara in it. Don't know what he fucking does. Seth Rollins 8. I feel that's too low for Seth. What's he done over the past year? World titles. Upset with people helping the bloodline. Probably about right, actually. Swerve 7. I feel like Swerve should be in top 5. Until recently, he took time off for injury, but Swerve AEW champ, wasn't he, at one point, I think? Oh, no. Yeah. Yeah, lost it to Bryan Danielson, who then lost it to Moxley and then had it locked up. Yeah, no. Swerve should be in top 5. Jey Uso 6. Oh, maybe that's who he should be. Yeah. Maybe Jay should be top 6. Jay has come on leaps and bounds. World champ, Intercontinental champ. Won the Royal Rumble. Yeah, Jay should be top 5. And then Swerve. Hangman Adam Page, 4th. Oh, sorry, 5th is Goto. Don't know, I've clue, can't tell you. 4th, Adam Page. AEW, he's constantly on AEW TV. Had the big feud with Swerve. Then won the AEW World title just recently at All In. Gunther 3rd. Yeah, didn't lose, never lost. World champ. Lost it to Jey Uso at WrestleMania. Then beat Pat at Backlash. Then won the title back from Jay. Then lost it to Punk, who then lost that to Seth. Moxley 2nd. As much as the Death Riders was done and he held the title for far too long. Yeah, okay. And Cody Rhodes 1. No John Cena. which I thought they'd probably give a bit of a shout out to, with it being his last year. But no John Cena, unless I missed him. Solo should be higher. Josh Briggs should be higher. MJF should be a bit higher for me. Obafemi should be in top 10. Maybe Daniel Garcia should be a bit higher. Nick Wayne 70. No Christian. Again, unless I've missed him. Yeah, no Christian. No Cope. No Malachi. No Rusev. Rusev always just come back though. But no Malachi. Yeah. Again, as usual, it's always questionable, but that's the PWI 500. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. We're going to end it there. As always, like, subscribe, share, comment down below your thoughts on the PWL 500. Do you agree with it? Who would you be your top 5 or top 10? If it was up to me, I wouldn't have Cody as 1. If I was being perfectly honest, I'd put Swerve at 1. Moxley, I think, deserves top 3. As much as the storyline hasn't been great, he has been on TV. He has been the main champion. And he's constantly on TV, and his win-loss record is probably better on the win side. Goto, I don't know what he does, so I can't really say. But Jey Uso deserves to be a bit higher. Obafemi deserves to be higher. Takeshita deserves to be higher. Damian Priest shouldn't be there. He should be lower. Jacob Fatu is about right. LA Knight is about right. Bron Breaker's right. Trick's about right. Oh, so let's count. So we've got Cody, Gunther, Jay, Seth, Oba, Punk, Priest, Williams, and Fatu. So we've got 9 people from WWE. Mox, Page, Swerve, Mystico? No, I'm sure it's CMLR. Ospreay, Okada, Bandido, Takeshita, 7. 1 TNA, Mystico and CMLL, and then Goto. But that's the good thing about wrestling. Everyone has their own opinions. But as always, like I just said, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Thank you for watching very much. I appreciate it. If you're interested in gaming, please come over to Twitch, 1UpMatt89. Please go and search it up. Please go drop us a follow on there. I really appreciate it. I am live most of the time. If I'm not, it's either because I've done stuff during the day and I'm just too tired, or I am working. So, but always keep up to the socials. Appreciate it. Go follow us on TikTok and all that good stuff. Peace.